winner of the New Jersey Press Association's Most Innovative Award.
Welcome back to Greater Media Broadcast News. I'm Susie Shea, bringing you the top headlines in Central New Jersey. Here's what's going on in your neighborhood. Nepal earthquake, mansion fire, Bluebird Festival, Ava DuVernay, and splurging on pets. As the death toll climbs to more than 4,500 in the aftermath of the earthquake in Nepal, local residents are mourning the loss of Marissa Eve Girawang, an Edison resident who was killed in an avalanche caused by the 7.8 magnitude earthquake on Saturday. A 2004 graduate of J.P. Stevens High School, Girawang was working as a base camp doctor for an Everest expedition at the time. The 28-year-old was a graduate of Rutgers University in Newark, where she studied biology, and she was previously working as a physician assistant with a focus on trauma and wilderness medicine. Our thoughts are with her loved ones. For more on her story, see your Greater Media newspaper today. And here's Mark Rosman with more headlines.
A special event aimed at raising awareness of hunger in the community will be held in Freehold Borough on May 9th. Marlboro High School junior Tyler Mercer will host an empty bowl event at St. Peter's Episcopal Church Parish House. Residents of all towns are invited to attend and to make a minimum donation of $15 for a meal of soup and bread. Guests will take home the handcrafted bowl in which their meal is served. The empty bowl serves as a reminder of people who go to bed hungry. All proceeds from this event will benefit the Freehold Area Open Door Food Pantry and the Feed All God's Children Soup Kitchen in Freehold. Mercer said he was surprised to learn that more than 450 families in Freehold Borough live in poverty, which is defined as making under $24,000 a year. He was inspired to organize the Empty Bowls event and to seek donations of food and supplies from area businesses. For more about the May 9th event, see this week's news transcript.
A state official recently had trouble swatting away a false alarm. Here's Taylor Lear.
Swatting is making its way into New Jersey, and state lawmakers are working hard to address the problem. According to the FBI website, swatting is the practice of making a hoax call to 911 to draw a response from law enforcement. With recent incidents occurring in Homedale Township, which resulted in the evacuation of an elementary school, and in Upper Freehold with a call reporting a hostage, lawmakers say new technology is contributing to the growing trend. State Assemblyman Paul Moriarty became a victim of swatting after 911 received a call reporting a shooting at his home. Moriarty, as well as other lawmakers, are working hard to push legislation that would increase the penalties and hold the responsible parties liable for the cost of mobilizing emergency responders. For more on swatting in New Jersey, check this week's news transcript.
And here are the headlines you need to know. A fire at a 19th century mansion forced the cancellation of a designer home show in Rumson. The 5th edition of the stately Homes by the Sea Designer Show House has been postponed because of the fire, which was deemed an accident. The annual tour served as a fundraiser for the Visiting Nurse Association Health Group. The official bird of Plumstead will once again have its day in the spotlight when a local organization hosts the New Jersey Bluebird Festival. On May 3rd, attendees will be invited to walk local trails led by members of an environmental group called Nurture Environmental Stewardship Today. A state official has announced that he will introduce legislation to make an organic herb known for its opioid-like effects illegal in New Jersey. Assemblyman Ron Dancer wants to ban kratom, a botanical substance that grows naturally in Southeast Asia. Dancer's bill would criminalize the manufacture, possession, and sale of products containing kratom, and amend state law to include it as a controlled dangerous substance. For some pet owners, the phrase man's best friend is an understatement. This week, Greater Media Newspapers takes a look at the local market that exists for pet owners who are happy to splurge on their animal companions, from massages to psychics. To see the story, see your Greater Media Newspaper today. And here's Mike Pavlichko of Greater Media's WCTC with an update on Rutgers sports. After that, we have Tim Morris with a local sports scene.
Well, spring practice is over for the Rutgers football team, culminating with the annual Scarlet-White game last Friday night. And now we wait till the fall to see what kind of improvement this team will make as it heads into the 2015 season. It's second in the Big Ten. And, of course, the big question on everybody's mind is who is going to be the quarterback to replace Gary Nova? Is it going to be sophomore Chris Laviano or sophomore and LSU transfer Hayden Reddick? Well, as expected, head coach Kyle Flood says we're going to have to wait until the fall for that, too.
I think both guys have done a good job. I think Chris is a little bit ahead right now, which doesn't surprise me because he's had the advantage of playing in the games. And now they're both going to have the opportunity to do what I think is one of the more important things that you do all year long, is take your program from the end of spring practice and make sure that when you come back in the fall, that first practice in the fall, you're a better football team than you were practice 15.
Early in the spring game, Laviano did make an outstanding touchdown pass to Franklin High School product and junior Carlton Agadosi.
And he's starting to make plays. He's catching the ball consistently. That catch he made in the first quarter was a heck of a catch. A lot of traffic around him as he made it. So, and he's a guy who's come out to work every day this spring. So I'm excited about Carlton being able to contribute for us.
Now, in other football news since we last spoke, the Big Ten announced Rutgers will play 2 games in primetime under the lights this fall. At Penn State, September 19th, that's going to be a Big Ten opener, and at home against Michigan State on October 10th. And then ESPN and ABC announcing that they'll put Rutgers' home game against defending national champion Ohio State also in primetime. That is Saturday, October 24th at 8 p.m. That's it for a while, folks. I'll see you in August when preseason camp begins in preparation for the 2015 Rutgers football season. I'm Mike Pavlichko on 1450 WCTC and WCTCAM.com.
For 121 years, the Penn Relays have been a signature event for track and field athletes. It is one of the rites of spring. The history and pageantry of the meet is what draws thousands of track and field athletes of all ages from all over the country to timeless Franklin Field each year to take part in the nation's oldest and biggest meet. The relays are especially popular with high school teams. In the high school girls 4x400 relay, Marlboro's Tara Ryan in blue moves the Mustangs up into contention. On the bell lap, the Mustangs' Danielle Spano gets the baton in second place. She wastes little time in getting by Hackensack's Serena Martinez. On the backstretch, she flies by Martinez. However, the Hackensack runner would rebound, and the race would be decided in a mad dash to the finish line, with Spano holding off the Hackensack runner, bringing Marlboro High School a victory. St. John Vianney's Monica Heil in yellow and black turned in one of the scintillating anchor legs of the meet. Here, she will fly by 3 runners as she lifts the Lancers into a second-place finish in their 4x400 heat. She's closing fast at the end. Not all of the action was relay-related. Here, Freehold Township's Dominique Panton will leap 39 feet 8 3/4 inches in the triple jump to medal. Freehold Township's Kira Roach, here wearing blue, used this strong leg on the Patriots' 4x800 meter relay team to help her out later in the evening when she would run the girls' high school mile. She helped the Patriots finish 6th in their heat of the 4x800. Roach would use this 800 meter speed later in the mile, as a late kick brought her home in 4th place in 4:59.18. This is Tim Morris for Greater Media Newspapers.
Making it big as a director in Hollywood isn't easy, and award-winning filmmaker Ava DuVernay says it's even more challenging when you're a woman of color. DuVernay, who directed the Oscar-winning film Selma, stopped by Rutgers University last week to share her story. Here's Jeremy Grossman.
Women making movies does not happen nearly enough, according to Ava DuVernay, director of the Oscar-winning hit Selma. I think women making film is radical in and of itself, DuVernay said. In a lecture presented by Rutgers University's Institute for Women's Leadership, DuVernay addressed a packed room of Rutgers students and touched upon her experience with race and gender in the entertainment industry. In 2014, DuVernay became the first black woman nominated for Best Director at the Golden Globe Awards and the Critics' Choice Awards for Selma, the acclaimed story of Martin Luther King Jr.'s fight for voting rights in 1965. In her lecture at Rutgers, DuVernay discussed the challenge she faced, not having any other black female directors to turn to for advice as she campaigned for her film at the Oscars, because there are so few black female directors. She also addressed some of the more controversial elements of her film, such as the decision to include Martin Luther King Jr.'s infidelity as a major theme in the movie. It was about trying to get to the root of who he was as a man, so I felt it was disingenuous not to engage in that, DuVernay said. To learn more about Ava DuVernay and her visit to Rutgers University, visit gmnews.com.
What exactly does the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection do? Well, a group of Milltown students found out. Here's Kathy Chang.
What does Commissioner Bob Martin of the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection really do? The 6th to 8th graders at Joyce Kilmer Middle School in Milltown got an in-depth look into the day-to-day operations of the NJDEP that Martin oversees as he visited the school on April 21st during Earth Week. During Martin's visit, the students learned that the commissioner oversees the state's air, water, and some 800,000 acres of land, making sure they are clean, and he reports to Governor Chris Christie. The NJDEP also oversees wildlife in the state, including black bears, eagles, falcons, and endangered species. He said it is estimated there are 5,000 black bears that roam in and out of New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. The state also puts 800,000 rainbow trout in selected rivers, streams, and lakes annually for people to enjoy recreational fishing. Martin said he works with a team of 2,800 people made up of scientists, engineers, environmentalists, conservationists, firefighters, and more. The Milltown School District has been working on becoming more environmentally responsible, according to School Superintendent Stephanie Brown. Last year, green teams and green clubs were formed at both Joyce Kilmer and Parkview Elementary School. The teams and clubs came together to create a green school garden. This year, the students are working on a composting project. For more information, visit our website, gmnews.com.
For more in-depth coverage and additional stories, see your Greater Media newspaper today. And to keep up with the latest headlines, like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Greater Media Broadcast News or follow us on Twitter at GMediaNews. I'm Susie Shea. See you next time.